What's up? Welcome to day 966 in a row of working out. This is the daily triathlon and training fitness vlog. My name's Goldie. I'm here in Dallas, Texas. I just worked out and I'm here to talk about it. The tip of the day, we're going to be talking about hydration. That's why I wanted to do it outside today in hot and steamy Dallas. It's 104 degrees today, so I thought it was the perfect time to talk hydration concepts and strategies. So if you want to skip ahead to that, check the description below. That'll get you there. But if you want to hear about the wacky workouts that I had today, stick around because we're going to be talking about it right now. Before we talk about it, make sure hit that subscribe button, like this video, and drop a comment. I want to hear your thoughts about hydration, what techniques you use to stay hydrated out there. Let's dive into the workouts. I had a jam-packed morning, and they were really interesting, both of them that I had. Workout number one was a brick workout, but it was a very untraditional brick workout. You can see here, these are all the stats of what I did today. And you see, usually I put a video of me finishing the workout, me just like a recap or something like that. I couldn't do that because today's workout was a very unconventional brick. So it was a bike run, but you were alternating back and forth. So the first set was just a 5-minute warm-up just to get those legs going. Then we got into the meat and potatoes of the workout. You would do 10 minutes on the bike. Every 2 minutes, you would go as hard as you could for 15 seconds. And then you would go at about 140 watts for another 1 minute and 45 seconds. And then at 4 minutes, hammer that 15-second sprint. And then another minute and 45, you get the drift. Once you got to the 10-minute mark after that 15-second sprint, you then had a minute and 30 seconds at 200 watts. After that, you immediately jumped off the bike, put your shoes on, ran outside for a mile at a hard pace. I did it at a 6:10 pace, as you can see here. 10 minutes on the bike, a minute 30 at the 200 zone, and then a mile run. And that cycle was 4 times. So it was really difficult. My coach had me do this today because he wanted to see my ability for max output on the sprints and how long I could maintain that. Check this graph out. This is my result of the bike. As you can see here, those giant spikes, those are the sprints. And because I was doing it on Zwift, it wouldn't continue the time. So it looks like it was like one continuous, but once you stop, the game actually kind of pauses. It looks like I only did it for 48 minutes or whatever it says here. But that's it for workout number one. I then changed really quickly and then hit Lifetime Fitness for the Wetlands Workout, they call it. So it's a workout that's a high-intensity interval training type workout done poolside. I got a little swimming in to do, so technically I did a little bit of my own triathlon today. The workout was 3 different pods, and you 15 minutes, in each pod. And you did it in teams of 4. Pod 1 was a 30-calorie ski erg, followed by a volleyball with the medicine ball. You and a partner would count, and then that 4th person was resting. Once that person hit the number on the ski erg, they'd go to the volleyball with the medicine ball. That other person playing volleyball with it would go to the rest, and that rest would go to the ski. Cycled that way. That was pod 1. Pod 2 was a 50-yard swim, so down and back. While you were doing that, there were 2 people doing dumbbell cleans, and then that 4th person was resting. Once that person got back from the pool, they jumped into the cleans. One of the people from the cleans would go to the rest, and then the rest person would go to the pool for that swim. That was pod 2, and then pod 3 was an air bike of 30 calories. 2 people were doing synchronized burpees, and that 4th person was resting. From the bike, you go to the rest, you jump in the burpees, and someone from the burpees would go to the bike. And all 3 of those pods were done cycling for 15 minutes. As you can see, it was intense. It was wild. We had a lot of fun doing it. Lifetime does it once a month. I wish they did it more, but I understand why they don't, because there's a lot of setup and breakdown involved bringing that stuff and your clothes in the pool. But neither here nor there. We're done talking about the workouts. Now, here is your tip of the day. We have arrived at hydration. Hydration is a topic that you could talk about forever. There's so much to learn. There's a lot of science behind it. I'm going to keep it very surface level and relatively short because I know these vlogs don't want to last forever. What I would say in terms of hydration, make a plan and be prepared, especially on super hot days like this. When you're getting ready for a really long workout, make sure that you're drinking leading up to it because that's a really important part of hydration. If you get to the point where you're thirsty while you're working out, you're already too late. You can't catch up. Make sure that you're pre-hydrating, drinking a lot of water. It's always going to be the best. Obviously, you have your Gatorades out there, you have your Powerades, you have all that kind of stuff, your electrolyte tablets, but don't get too crazy about that stuff. Good old-fashioned water is going to do the trick for you. Now, another tip that I'll say is, generally speaking, this is a rule of thumb. If you're doing a really long endurance type exercise, every 45 minutes is going to be kind of the standard for like a gel pack, something like that, that will have electrolytes in it with some carbs as well. Listen, I'm not really great at that either. That was something when I did my Ironman I really had to practice on, and never introduce anything new on race day hydration wise, so, or nutrition wise, but definitely hydration wise, because when you're on the course, you're drinking, you don't want to stop at a station and drink something you've never tried before because you don't know how your stomach's going to react to it. For instance, at Ironman, they have pop on the course. Believe it or not, like a Pepsi or a Coke is actually good for you while you're doing extreme endurance type activities because that sugar breaks down so quickly into energy and your body is just absolutely craving that. That's one of the few times that you're ever going to hear me say to try pop. But I did in Lake Placid, and I actually did with a couple of the big sessions leading up to it because I knew that that option was going to be available for me on the course. Now, another hydration tip that I'll say is be cognizant of it. You know, set water up or hydration, you know, tablets or whatever you have before you're working out. You don't want to have to interrupt your workout to set up hydration or to go inside and get water or have to run to the store, or worst case scenario, to buy something. Make sure that you have it all planned out. And one of the main reasons as a triathlete that, or any athlete, I guess, that you want to avoid dehydration is because cramps. That is the number one killer that I see people on long course stuff and triathlon, even short course stuff, is cramping, especially because you're going from different disciplines, from swim to bike to run. It's really easy to cramp up. And another last piece I'm going to float out there is swimming. You don't think about it, especially if you're indoor swimming. You don't think that you're sweating when you're swimming. You actually are. So make sure to treat your swim hydration just like you would a run or a bike. Okay? Don't ignore hydration in the pool. That's something I see a lot of people make the mistake of doing. But that's it for the vlog today. I hope you found that helpful, and I hope I'm inspiring you at least a little bit. I'm working my tail off here. So if you do find this interesting, make sure to subscribe to the channel, like this video, and definitely drop a comment. I'd love to hear any techniques that you have. Do you have any hydration pieces of equipment that you use when you run? I don't, but I see a lot of people wear the hydration belts. I see people wear the handhelds. What do you wear? Did you wear a Camelback? There's definitely a lot of options for you out there, and I want to hear your experiences with it. So until tomorrow, my name's Goldie. This was day 966 in a row of working out. You know we're going to be back for another list of workouts tomorrow. So until then, we'll see you. Thanks for watching.